I come around and I see you sometimes. You ain't hard to notice, you stand out the crowd. I'm like, where did you come from? We should get about here. About you is something so cold, it gives me chills that I like. You should come, take a chance, take my hand, we could. There's no plans, understand, we could. You should come, take a chance, take my hand, we could. Go to friends, count these bands, we could. You should come, take a chance, take my hand, we could. Got no plans, understand, we could. You should come, take a chance, take my hand, we could. Japan, Amsterdam, count these bands, we could. Hey, it's on me, baby. You know I lead the way. Hey, you was stuck on the cover. Go ahead and turn the page. I'll try to explore your garden, all up inside your apartment. Old hoes lay like you're starving, and I know just where to park it. Options, we've got so many. You said that you ready, I doubt it. You say about it, let's see it. I don't believe it, give me a reason. Either way we could, I know you know we could. I know you know, I know you know, I know you know. Yep. And that song right there is called We Could. The next song we're gonna get into is Reason. You're the reason I stay up all night. You're the reason I go through my life. You're the reason I can't make it talk. Oh, you know that I wouldn't have it any other way. Got my heart racing like the speed. Let's get away and let's retreat. Hey, your body alone, it inspires me. Trying to give you that work, I know you're hiring. Apply for all the positions. Trying to get you in a new one. Hey, necessity, you know you is. Yeah. Something like a new ones. You got me doing all kind of shit that I wouldn't do. Hey, you bring that type of stuff up out of me. Yeah. Not a fan of trying new things. You said I can see that you're improving. Know my efforts seem kind of amusing, but I'm trying hard. Yeah, not losing focus. I'm so devoted. I know you noticed. You're the reason I stay up all night. You are the reason I stay up all night. Go through my life. Got me. You're the reason I've been making time. Oh, you know that I wouldn't have it any other way. And that was Reason. Next song we're gonna get into is called Ride, and it's my favorite. So yeah.
It's
tells me it's gonna be good night tonight. Excited, you wildin', but I'm with you till the night ends. I can't just let you go hopping. I said just relax and take this ride. This ride about love. Girl, I can't change your mind. Your mind. No top, not blowing in the wind. No stop, we got back at it again. Feeling wild, feeling good, feeling great. Really can't complain. Full of all excitement. Holographic shining. Baby, you's a diamond. Every moment's timeless. I like it, I love it. The feeling, bursting of it. Something that is gonna be good night tonight. Excited, wildin', but I'm with you till the night ends. I can't let you go hopping. I said just relax and take this ride. This ride about love. Girl, I can't change your mind. Your mind. I can change your Yes, indeed. That one's called Ride. Got one more and it's called Sakura. Sakura flowers that I pick for hours. I hope that you like them. We laid in the ground just watching the clouds pass us by. Blue and white, champagne and breakfast. We watched us some Netflix and then I suddenly felt it. Your skin was on mine. I think that it's time to yeah. Fresh up out the shower, took about an hour. Hey, you said don't hit the light. You know what I like. Yeah, wanna see that POV. Yeah, you gotta stay and never leave. And I don't think I'm going anytime soon. Fool if I do, got this sticky icky like glue. Super picky, but I still choose you every day of my week. Girl, you all that I need. Hey.
Love is so amazing, I wouldn't do anything changing. There is nothing that can replace it. Not a doubt in my mind, doubt in my mind. Your love is so amazing, I wouldn't do anything changing. There is nothing that can replace it. Not a doubt in my mind.
Not at all, not at all.
Love is so amazing, I wouldn't do anything changing. There is
Nothing that can. inside of my mind.
Love is so amazing. I wouldn't do anything to change it. There is nothing that can replace it. Not even mine. Not even mine.
Yes, indeed. Thank y'all.
Izzar, that was
Yes.
amazing. Thank you so
sure.
much.
No problem.
I have a few questions. I wanted to talk about your EP that was just released.
Okay.
And one of the songs that really, probably my favorite on there is Ride. And I was wondering if you could tell me about Ride and what the inspiration was for it.
Pretty much just imagination, and then my imagination when it came to the lyrics. My friend, he pretty much he plays guitar, and he brought through like a riff, and then me and my other friend Jake, we pretty much added everything around that, and then that's pretty much it. And then it was a lot of stuff that was added into the song, but yeah, everything just came out beautifully.
That's very organic. That's
Yes.
nice. So, what do you find that's usually your creative process? You kind of catch a riff, or are you one of those artists? Like I'm one of those artists that has to like slam his head into an idea over and over, like it's a door before I find the doorknob to open it up. So that's kind of my process.
Yeah.
I don't riff as much.
Okay. But yeah, pretty much just we try to figure out a loop and then just create off of that loop and just keep going with that.
I think I really enjoy Ride also because we're Houstonians.
Yeah.
And we're such a drive heavy culture.
Yeah, for sure.
So it just really fit, I guess, my lifestyle.
Yeah.
Already. And
Oh,
then Sakura. That's such a beautiful song. I thought
Thank you.
perhaps it was an anime reference at first, but then you were talking about the flowers that you
Yeah,
were picking
yeah.
up. So I
But
was like,
it's
oh,
pretty much
okay.
it's named after her.
Okay.
I just pretty much like her hair and stuff. So
Yeah, it kinda play on that.
I named it after like Sakura from Naruto, but I just made it about like the flowers and stuff because it's just that's what I was like thinking of when I was making it, and what was in my imagination. Like I saw like the pink flowers, and then I saw like the sky and all that type of stuff.
Your songs are very visual. I noticed that
Yeah.
during the show. It's not as some songwriters, it's very symbolic, or it's a very internal thing. Yours was very visual and had very heavy imagery.
Yeah, imagination.
Yeah, I like it.
Definitely.
And speaking of Naruto, I've noticed in the last probably 5-6 years the rise in anime culture and also in hip hop culture. Megan Thee Stallion's always like standing like a cool Naruto shirt.
Yeah.
One of my the UFC boxer Israel. I forget the rest of his name, but he is huge on Naruto, and like he's even mentioned some of his bigger fights. He'll say, "I felt like Rock Lee in that moment." And I guess what I wanted to ask was like, how has Asian culture influenced you creatively?
How has it influenced me? Pretty much it influences me a lot. I watch anime like on the usual.
Same.
So yeah, just having that in my head, like when creating all of that. I have Asian friends as well, and they inspire me, like Stan, with y'all.
Shout out Stan.
Yeah. But yeah, I pretty much
Congrats on the
he
new car,
plays
though.
he plays guitar, and I had like got a clip from like one of his Instagram clips, and I like made a full song off of that. So yeah,
I
definitely
think-
big inspiration.
I think that's beautiful, and
Oh, yeah.
I'm 100% for the cultural exchange that has historically happened between black culture, hip hop culture, Asian culture, kung fu, anime, and it's such a beautiful organic thing. One of the earliest examples for me was the Wu-Tang Clan, and being like an Asian kid and having nothing cool about me at all.
Yeah.
In school, nothing cool about me.
Yeah.
And being able to know that there was these really cool people in Staten Island that were just these vicious lyricists and cool rappers that were inspired by kung fu and Asian cinema.
Oh, yeah.
And I love to see that, and I'm happy it happens today, and I really encourage it. Sometimes I feel like with Asians, though, we aren't always as respectful as we need to be when we take things from black culture. And for me, it's like a power dynamic issue. You know, it's like there are Asian people that will rock black music, rock black culture, but then won't stand up for black people's rights.
Yeah.
And so I'm always just trying to navigate that line between like appreciating and appropriating. And I guess I look at power dynamics and then I look at, it's a very nuanced topic, but I think the relationship between the two cultures is amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
Samurai Champloo, great example of that.
Yeah.
Even Cowboy Bebop with the jazz, I'm naming the real basic popular vanilla stuff, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You have a beautiful voice.
Thank you.
It's beautiful.
Thank
Did you always know that you had a beautiful voice? Was it something you were insecure and had to realize?
Yeah, pretty much. I had to grow into it because I always wanted to sing, but I just never got into it because, like, I started off, like, only rapping, but then I got into, like, choir at my church, and, like, I started knowing that we're supposed to pretty much sound like an instrument, and then there's notes that have to be hit. And so after that, I pretty much got better, and now I'm just singing a lot because I always wanted to.
Did you feel insecure about singing? Because when I sing, singing is such a vulnerable act, and it's hard being vulnerable out here, man. Was that hard for you to realize like you have this beautiful voice, but in order to express it, you're gonna have to put yourself in a vulnerable place?
Yeah. I mean, I always wanted to do it, so it wasn't like any type of, like, I wasn't frightened at all to do it because it's something I had always wanted to do. I just, like, when I tried back in the day, I just knew that it wasn't good. But then, like, as I started, like, practicing and then choir, that helped me. So I started gaining more confidence to do it. And then I just kept doing it and just getting better and better and better.
Cool. I wanted to ask about the arrangement of your EP and if there was a specific thought process for how you decided the order of your songs, or were you just like, this kind of bops after this? Yeah,
me and Jake, we were like trying to go from like, so we most of the songs that are in the middle, like 2, 3, 4, 5, they're like, y'all are together now and all of that type of stuff. So, and the first track is like, we could like do all this stuff together.
Possibilities.
Yeah. So they actually do get together, and then pretty much everything else just follows with that.
Tell me about the Ride interlude. You don't get interludes these days, and it's like this is 40 seconds, 30 seconds. It's not the song, but it is a song, but it's not. It's an interlude.
Oh, yeah.
You never hear in a club someone's like, hey, can you play that interlude for me? So it's like you really have to be intentional and passionate to do something like that.
Yeah.
So why'd you do the interlude for Ride?
It was pretty much, we just needed like something to be in between Ride and Sakura. So we had like clips, like video clips of like when we were making it, and we pretty much just took that and we put the audio in from the videos, and we pulled it back a little to where it like ends right after Ride, and it just fit perfectly. Cause like right after Ride, my friend Jake, he says the "oh switcheroo," and like pretty much the song switches from like Ride to like the interlude, and it was just perfect.
It is perfect, and that actually makes sense. You were doing it because you needed it for the album to be cohesive.
Yeah,
and I guess as a filmmaker and a storyteller, I really respect that. And it's kind of like vibe writing. You're kind of writing the vibe and guiding your audience. So I think it's amazing. Now that this EP's out, I mean, how does an artist in 2021 put an EP out and promote it and go out? I mean, are we doing old school shows again, or?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm just gonna be performing as much as possible, and just trying to create like content for it that I could just post on Instagram and stuff. And that's pretty much it. Just posting content on the usual, and seeing where it goes from there.
You mentioned your collaborator, who I also noticed was listed on the track, Jake.
Yeah, Jake Hutchins.
Jake Hutchins. So what's the dynamic between y'all? How does that work?
We've been friends for a super long time. We pretty much got together on the first track, and then from the first track, we were just like, let's just like make a project, and then it just came about like that. He added, like, he plays bass guitar, and then he plays like a bunch of other stuff, and we just got together and pretty much both of us. I produce as well, so we produced like the whole project together.
When you first started out musically, you said that you were doing rap music.
Oh yeah.
And this, EP doesn't really. It's such a dream pop kind of chill flow.
Mm-hmm.
Where did that sound evolve? From that into that.
Just me wanting to sing more because my older projects I was like rapping, but like I have like my previous project, they're called Izzy Butterfly. There's like 2 EPs before this EP. It was Izzy Butterfly, and then it was Izzy Butterfly 2. And basically on those 2, I'm like just singing a lot. And cause like before that project, I was like singing, but I was still rapping. But then Izzy Butterfly is like just grow like a butterfly from caterpillar to the butterfly. So it's pretty much growing out of like really rapping, cause I was like rapping and getting into like more singing. And Izzy Butterfly, like Izzy Butterfly 1, I was singing. Izzy Butterfly 2, I'm singing. And like on this new one, You, I'm singing as well.
Beautiful,
so, yeah.
Beautiful. Well, I'm glad you are, definitely.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I would be remiss, Joy Luck Film Club, we do films, we do movies. I'd be remiss if I didn't ask if you had any film recommendations or shows or content that you think we should be checking out right now.
A show. I actually don't have one in mind.
Don't even worry, because I know what we can nerd out
Oh,
about.
Star Wars.
Mandalorian. Oh my God, your
yeah,
gear is
for
so
sure.
nice. The
I haven't even
pins.
like finished Mandalorian yet.
This is so fly.
Well, I'm definitely a Star Wars fanatic.
Yeah,
for sure.
I like it. Have you heard that recently I've heard that people are kind of rediscovering episode 1 through episode 3, and they're saying they're not as bad as what people said, especially with the new Disney lineup, because it's like this one was like the newer trilogy was to please everybody. We're going to try and please every fan, and we're going to have everything.
Yeah.
And episode 1 through 3 was only trying to please one person, and that was George Lucas.
Yeah.
So there's been kind of a debate. Have you thought about that? Maybe revisiting them, or just?
I'm pretty sure I will pretty soon. I really just miss it, and I hate that it's over. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like revisit everything pretty soon.
Cool.
Yeah.
I want to go to Star Wars. The Star Wars Disney World thing. I want to check it out. Yeah, I know it's like childish, but
yeah, I would definitely go to it.
You take mushrooms, anything's an adult adventure.
For sure.
Okay, well, is there any other artists in Houston that you think we should check out? We're always looking for other guests, or anything you think we should know about?
For sure, I have a friend named Tim Woods. I have a friend named Don't Ask Jen. Another friend named Amaro Soul. And I have a lot of friends that do music.
They're all here in Houston, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, there's so many groups here doing things like Everlasting Vibes. They're doing really cool things. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, well, I appreciate that.
For sure.
Thank you so much for coming. It's been amazing listening to you. It was a really it was really a treat, and
thank you.
I feel like I needed this. So thank you so much.
Appreciate y'all for having me. Oh yeah.